Oh man, I just won another lot on eBay and I just picked up a whole bunch from Goodwill. How am I gonna play all these games? How am I gonna enjoy them all? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh! Hey! That's what I can do.
Marvel.
Mutants, the children of the atom. Men and women granted power beyond measure. Mankind, not understanding these gifts of evolution, have chosen to meet them with persecution and death. There are those mutants that agree with the humans that this world is too small for both species, and that one shall, by necessity, be forever stricken from the face of the earth. I believe in an alternative. A world wherein man and mutant coexist in peace. They're providing a much-needed balance to an all-too-fragile world. To that end, I have assembled those men and women willing to fight for that peace, to defend a world that fears and hates them. To that end, I, Professor Charles Xavier, assembled the X-Men.
I will go to any lengths to destroy your kind. Your mutant gifts will be used to bring your kind to its knees.
Forge has made a weapon like this in the past, has he not?
He has. I was the first victim.
If those secrets were ever turned against us,
Your extinction is now, mutant.
be careful, my children, and good luck. We believe the first step began with the retrieval of the Bastion unit. The Prime Unit Sentinels that were behind the events known as Zero Tolerance were adrift after the defeat of their leader Bastion. The Prime Sentinels' ability to morph into normal-looking men and women allowed them to infiltrate the facility that Bastion was being held in and retrieve him. The Bastion unit retrieved, it wasn't long before the Prime Sentinels returned to their primary function, the systematic eradication of all mutant life on Earth. Prior defeat at the hands of the X-Men no doubt dictated a radically different strategy from those employed in Zero Tolerance. Thus, very unusual alliances were formed.
I will assume that your presence here indicates that we have an agreement.
Let's get on with this. Just being in your presence disgusts me.
These defensive positions are months old, which means they are worth next to nothing now.
We're not so disgusting that you won't take our money, eh, Mutie?
so an arrangement was made. The exact details were unclear, but the one thing that was certain was that none of this would fare well for those of us bearing an X. However, if there is one thing that the X-Men can be counted on to handle, it is adversity.
Plasma quill charged.
You must be a fool to fight me.
Plasma quill charged. Cannon primed.
Little Coleman. Your technique lacks a sense of style.
Plasma quill charged.
Excellent, team. You are definitely improving in your group maneuvers, communication, improvisation, anticipation, and trust. Well done, X-Men. Storm, Wolverine, Phoenix, Rogue. You are all just in time. For this next exercise, we will break you up into pairs. The idea of this exercise is to combat an opponent that places you at somewhat of a disadvantage. To claim victory, you will have to improvise, adapt, and eventually overcome.
I promise you, this is gonna hurt a lot.
Think you good enough to take on Gambit? Losing's not my style.
Got 6 reasons for you to walk away.
I promise you, this is gonna hurt a lot.
Plasma quill charged. Plasma quill charged. Plasma quill Plasma quill Plasma quill charged. Plasma quill
Got 6 reasons for you to walk away. I promise you, this is gonna hurt a lot.
I smell defeat in the air. Face the fury of storm. Face the fury of storm. You stood no chance against the elements. Face the fury of storm. Face the fury. Face the fury. Face the fury. Face the fury.
Got 6 reasons for you to walk.
X-Men, we're under attack.
Think you good enough to take on Gambit?
comes the beating of your life!
Losing's not my style. Now, the fun begins.
Give us a kiss. Lickety lick.
Losing's not my style. Now, the fun begins.
You're gonna scream for me.
Losing's not my style.
Forge, I'll need you to reconnoiter the rear grounds. The Brotherhood's attack seems too focused, almost like a distraction. Investigate and report back to me.
Understood, Charles. Plasma coil charged.
Forge. Mutant with the ability to create any technological device his imagination can conceive of. We're going to create wonderful things together, you and I. The X-Men are sure to mount some form of rescue attempt. Activate the mutagenic displacement field to create false readings of Forge's energy signature. Send them chasing the Brotherhood until we're better prepared for them. And deploy a few sentinels to each location. I want to assess the X-Men's current fighting strength.
Global tracking network. Online mutagenic signatures. Brotherhood located.
As you can see, whoever abducted Forge knows our technology and methods. The presence of the Brotherhood would indicate that this is Magneto's doing, which fits. Magneto knows us well enough to hamper our pursuit.
Therefore, we will need more than one strike team to check each of the signals indicating Forge's presence. Some of you are injured. You will need to stay behind. That will leave only a handful of you for each strike team. Time is of the essence. Forge knows secrets, far too many for us to find him at our leisure. If those secrets were ever turned against us. Be careful, my children, and Good luck.
Fascinating.
You must be a fool to fight me. You're not worth my time.
You're quite the pugilist.
The X-Men, scattered, used their myriad skills to the utmost in a race against time. Unbeknownst to us, however, our most salient fears had already begun to unfold.
Try to relax, mutant, as I peel and strip your mind like an onion. Very soon I will have everything I need to finally rid the world of your kind.
Fascinating.
Give us a kiss. Lickety lick.
You're quite the pugilist.
Forge is both Cheyenne medicine man and a proven hero. His will is as indomitable as any of his fellow X-Men. Such is the way of heroes. However, even the strongest of men, it is said, have their moments of fatigue.
Excellent. The extinction of Homo sapiens superior, mutants, begins now.
Fascinating.
Here comes the beating of your life!
You're quite the pugilist.
Whilst the X-Men were engaged in pitched battle against their Brotherhood adversaries, Forge's predicament worsened. Bastion then began to manipulate Forge into creating new weapons, even deadlier upgrades for his legion of Prime Sentinels.
The irony is exquisite, isn't it? Your mutant gifts will be used to bring your kind to its knees. This is your true destiny, harbinger of mutant extinction.
Fascinating. Your technique is appalling.
precarious as our situation was, I realized there was one thing that could make it worse: Magneto. However, after the tragedy in his former kingdom of Genosha, Magneto had retreated from the world. With all that faced the X-Men already, I counted as fortunate that my one-time friend had not been drawn into the conflict.
Kneel before.
The battle for the Citadel was furious, but there was no real doubt as to the outcome. The power-dampening technology wielded by the Prime Sentinels proved too much for even the Master of Magnetism to overcome. So he retreated for the moment to gather reinforcements. When Magneto's call went out, the scattered members of the Brotherhood began to converge upon the savage lands.
Are you certain this is Bastion we're dealing with?
It is as I said, woman. There is little time to waste. You idiot. You've brought the X-Men to our very gates. But if we could get them to listen to our side of things... Stop the X-Men quickly, but leave them alive. We will need them for what is to come. Humans, your time has come.
You could definitely use a woman's touch.
Let none stand before my might. Taste my wrath. Fascinating. Let none stand before my might. Humans, your time has come.
Let's see Cyclops do that. Let's see.
Let none stand before my might. Humans, your time has come.
For a better tomorrow.